This is Johnny Vedmore on today's News Talk TNT.
So I'm here with Graham Moore, and we're discussing the cases gone in the High Court that they've actually won, which is a really brilliant thing to have happened. I know you were worried about the judge because she seemed like she had a bit of a woke agenda, but it turns out that hasn't mattered too much. But they changed the judge at the last minute. Why do you think they did that then?
I'm not entirely sure why they did it. The judge that we was allocated is a very, very experienced common law judge. I mean, when I say very experienced, I mean very experienced. The judge that we was in front of today, Ebony Allen, I did the research on her, and it turns out she's got a lot of commercial experience. That actually went in our favour. So the research I did on the judge was trying to find out what is it that she would understand and trigger the argument in our favour. And she accepted entirely that the argument that the barrister, the police barrister, was coming out with was not relevant because the case he was using was about employees and a company. And she said, these are clearly Crown servants. And she said, what we're talking about here are a serious assault by a number of officers on Mr. Staples. It's not the same type of case. And therefore, I understand the principle that Mr. Staples wants justice in court. So she was very good. She did listen. She was very patient. And what I really liked at the end of it, she said, Mr. Moore, I am very grateful for your assistance and you have been very helpful, right? So again, this wasn't, and I don't mean to be disrespectful, it wasn't a free man and a land thing. I've studied the law for 30 years. I've read law for 30 years. I'm the only person, as far as I know, layperson who's ever took the British government to court in the European Court of Human Rights and got an injunction against the British government, right? So again, that people have started to realise you've got to do it the right way. You've got to understand the law. You need to understand how to read law. And there were some elements that the other side had put forward. Some of the things that they were saying was complete nonsense. And again, you can't say to the judge, that's complete nonsense. You need to say, excuse me, Your Honour, but here is the authority that I rely on, and this was the judgment. And the judge will look at it and say, well, actually, he's right. So it creates a problem for him if you are professional. She allowed 5 of us in her chambers that was all listening to the case. No one said a word. There was no disrespect to the judge or her position. And all of that counts in your favour. So again, just to let you know and the audience know, what does that mean? Well, it means that we've now got 5 tortfeasors in the High Court. We've now got to make an amended case, which isn't a problem. We've agreed to do that. The amended case is the Police Commissioner, Sir Mark Rowley, and 2 police sergeants and 2 police constables, all in the riot squad. What difference does it make? Well, the damages that are awarded, and we're talking about exemplary damages and vindicatory damages, which basically means you're vindicating your rights and our rights that we're putting forward. And we're also asking for exemplary damages, which is a punitive damage. In other words, to stop them doing it again and doing it to other people. The police commissioner, his damages are taken from police funds. In other words, it's taxpayers' money. And what the police was trying to do on the barrister's side was to ensure it was just against the police commissioner, and therefore the damages was only paid by the taxpayer. That is not punitive, and it doesn't assist the public, and it's not, in my view, it's not in the public interest. So what the judges agreed is, if the case is now going ahead against the individuals, they are liable. What does that mean? It means that if the award of damages, if they are found liable for the series of torts that are being put against them, and there is literally a mountain of evidence against them, they will have to individually pay the damages. So let's say that the damages are £100,000 per officer. They have to pay that out of their own pocket. So one of the officers has recently resigned, or whatever you want to call it, the lead tortfeasor, and we know that he was paid tax-free £130,000 as a police sergeant. We're aiming to take that off him, and if he doesn't pay us, we will take his house off him, and if the other officers don't pay us, we will take their houses off them. But they must learn not to use unlawful force against members of the public that have shown no violence whatsoever or aggression towards them, right? So they went out looking for a fight. Most members of the public probably wouldn't have got involved with what Charlie's involved with now, but most members of the public are not members of the English Constitution Society, are not constitutionalists, and involved with a group like us that believe in the rule of law. Every bully meets his match. And today in that courtroom, the judge allowed me to speak for Charlie. We put the case across and it's all proceeding.
Talk that matters. Johnny Vedmore on today's News Talk, TNT.